The story begins with Erica Bain, a woman whose voice fills the city with her thoughts on life and loss. She walks the streets every day, watching the people, the buildings, and the memory in every corner. There is a sadness in her voice, a worry that the city's stories are fading away. As her voice grows softer, listeners see her. Erica Bain, the host of Streetwalk on WNKW radio. Her face is calm and her eyes are thoughtful. After taking off her headphones, she leaves the recording studio, thinking about her words. In the next room, Erica meets her boss, Carol. Carol is excited and tells Erica that the television network wants her on a TV show. Erica laughs and shakes her head. "I'm just a voice," she smiles, "not a face. Radio is where I belong." They share a light joke before Erica calls her fiancé, David, who is a doctor with a kind sense of humor. They talk about their upcoming wedding, and Erica invites David to an art show that night. He teases her, saying he might be late because of a game, but Erica just smiles and agrees to meet him there. That evening, Erica goes to the art show alone. She strolls through the gallery, enjoying the quiet and the artwork. Soon, David arrives to pick her up, and they head back to their apartment. When they arrive, David goes upstairs to get Erica's jacket and their dog, Curtis, while Erica waits by the door and chats with their neighbor, Josiah. Josiah is always kind and offers her an apple. She thanks him with a warm smile. A moment later, David comes back, playfully taking a bite of her apple. They walk to a nearby park to play fetch with Curtis. At the park, as they laugh and talk, David mentions going to City Hall to get married right away. Erica laughs and brushes it off, saying she doesn't want trouble from his mother, who is planning a big wedding. Deep down, though, she loves the idea of a beautiful wedding, too, and adds softly, "I don't plan to do this twice." David looks at her, touched, and tells her it's the sweetest thing she's ever said to him. They smile at each other, their laughter filling the air. Suddenly, they notice Curtis has been gone for a while. Worried, they follow his barks to a dark tunnel where they see 3 men with their dog. The men demand money for Curtis. One man holds the dog, another records with a phone, and the third steps forward, robbing Erica and David of their money and jewelry. When one man tries to grab Erica, David steps in to protect her. This causes the men to attack, beating David and Erica hard. The violence continues, and one man records it on his phone. Following the brutal assault, paramedics rush Erica and David to the hospital. The next day, 2 detectives arrive at the hospital. They check in on a gunshot victim before heading to the waiting room, where the victim's young daughter waits anxiously. Detective Sean Mercer gently takes the girl aside to ask her if her stepfather was responsible for her mother's injury. Before she can respond, the stepfather, Murrow, barges in, attempting to disrupt the conversation. Sean quickly intervenes, and afterward, he goes for a walk to cool off, only to encounter Erica. The following day, Erica slowly regains consciousness, her body aching and her mind clouded. A doctor informs her that she's been in a coma for 3 weeks. The pain deepens as she learns that David did not survive the attack. Her world begins to unravel, and soon after, detectives Sean Mercer and his partner approach her for questioning. Heartbroken and fearful, Erica struggles to remember the attacker's face. At home, Erica finds it hard to live without David. Memories of him fill her mind, sweet and painful. She thinks she hears Curtis's bark in the empty apartment, but she knows he is gone. She feels alone and sad, rarely leaving her apartment. Each day feels like a blur. Finally, she forces herself outside, but the city feels too bright and too loud, like a different world. Wanting justice, Erica goes to the police station to ask about her case. She waits for a long time, but no one helps her. Frustrated, she leaves. On a whim, she visits a gun shop, wanting to buy a gun right away. The shopkeeper tells her she must wait 30 days for a license. As she steps outside, a man approaches her, offering to sell her a gun illegally. She pays him $1,000 and takes the gun, feeling a sense of control in her hands.
I'll throw in the bullets.
Later, while shopping, Erica sees a shocking scene. A man is killing his wife in front of everyone. She freezes, but her phone rings, alerting the killer. Instinctively, Erica pulls out her gun and shoots him, acting out of fear and adrenaline. She runs away, taking the security footage with her to hide her presence. But at home, she is haunted by what she has done. At the crime scene, Detective Sean Mercer notices clues that suggest the killer was not experienced, possibly acting out of fear. He thinks the shooter is a man, man, not knowing Erica was involved. That night, Erica replays her recording of the incident, feeling torn and unsure. In the following days, Erica returns to her radio show. At first, she is nervous, but slowly she starts to talk about her fears and the strength needed to survive in New York City. She faces the feeling she has kept inside since David died. Later, while on the subway, she sees two men bothering a young boy and an older man. When they turn on her, she pulls out her gun, killing them in an instant, but she feels regret right away. Detective Mercer investigates the subway incident, noticing similarities to the previous case, still thinking the shooter is male. Erica, however, feels uneasy. She wonders why she doesn't feel the fear she expected. Eventually, Erica contacts Detective Mercer, pretending to be a journalist. They meet, and through their questioning, Erica reveals her hidden motive. She asks Mercer about his experience with criminals and his commitment to justice. He shares his struggle with catching a dangerous criminal named Moreau, showing his frustrations and a sense of failure. As they talked, Erica realized that she and Detective Mercer both felt deep pain. They were each looking for justice in their own way. Mercer noticed her sadness and, wanting to help, gave her his card. He told her she should call him anytime. Later that night, Erica walked alone through the dark streets, her mind full of thoughts. She was discovering parts of the city she had never seen before. As she wandered, a man, who looked like a pimp, called out to her. Erica approached and got into the back seat of his car. Inside, she found a woman named Chloe, who was clearly on drugs. Chloe had been with this man for about 4 to 6 days. Erica felt a strong need to help her. Determined to save Chloe, Erica took out her gun, pointed it at the pimp, and told him to open the door. She gave some money to Chloe, and together, they got out of the car. But as they walked away, the pimp tried to run them over. Erica quickly fired her gun at him, causing him to swerve off the road and accidentally hit Chloe, breaking her leg. An ambulance soon arrived for Chloe, but Erica stayed hidden. As she watched, she thought, there is no turning back. This new identity is who I am now. Later, when she returned home, her neighbor Josiah was waiting outside. He noticed her cold hands and messy lipstick and asked if she was okay. For the first time, Erica realized that Josiah had used her name, which felt important to her, before she went inside. The next day, a press conference was held where Detective Sean talked about the shootings from the night before. He mentioned incidents at a supermarket and a subway, noting that they were all done with the same gun. He added that there was a witness from the previous night who had not been interviewed yet. Just then, Erica walked into the room, catching his attention. After the conference, they talked. Erica had shared parts of their interview on the radio show earlier, and Sean had heard it. He said that while other reporters might make the case sound dramatic, he trusted her not to do that. They exchanged compliments, and it felt like there was a spark between them. Erica asked about Chloe's condition, and Sean told her that Chloe was hurt, but stable. They shook hands, and Erica returned to her office. In the elevator with her colleague Carol and a few others, the men were discussing the shootings, calling the shooter a vigilante. They laughed, thinking the vigilante must be a man. Carol suggested to Erica that she should let the callers interact on her radio show. At first, Erica didn't want to, but she eventually agreed. Later, she spoke to her audience about someone acting like a god, taking lives in the name of justice, clearly referring to herself. When she opened the phone lines, many opinions came in. One woman even called to ask if the vigilante had a girlfriend, offering her phone number, before Erica cut her off. Then, a man called, claiming to be the vigilante, and tried to give his numbers to the previous caller. Frustrated by these calls, Erica decided to turn herself in to the police. Ironically, the officers made it hard for her to confess, so she left without doing so. As she walked home, the sounds of different shootings replayed in her mind. A woman called her name repeatedly, but Erica didn't respond. Finally, she called Sean, wanting someone to talk to. She asked him what he did when he couldn't sleep, and he replied, nothing. They chatted for a bit, with Sean offering to stay on the line with her until she fell asleep. As she's on the phone, she sees a man walking toward the building she's in, so she makes her way to the elevator. Sean offers to stay on the line with her until she can get some sleep, but she tells him not to bother. Just before he ends the call, he hears the elevator ding. Moreau was already in the elevator, so she followed the man to his car and asked, "Why do you think you can hurt people?" kill? Just do damage and walk away? But he looks confused. He doesn't know what's going on. Just then, Erica reached into her bag, clearly intending to grab her gun. Moreau thought she was paparazzi and hit her hand with a crowbar. A struggle followed. Erica managed to hit him in the nose and grab the crowbar. And after that, it seems like Moreau accidentally fell to his death during their fight. Soon, Sean and his partner arrived to investigate the scene, while Erica, hurt, was helped home by her neighbor, Josiah. While Josiah stitched her wound, Erica confessed that she had killed a man. Josiah seemed unfazed, saying he had seen worse back in his home country. Sean and his partner discussed the recent cases, with Sean starting to see a pattern, such as the similarity between the elevator ding he heard on Erica's call, though his partner disagreed. Eventually, Sean called Erica, asking her to meet him. When they met, he asked about her sleep, and she lied. Sean mentioned they would be interviewing a witness to a recent shooting, and that she couldn't report it on her show. The witness was Chloe. During the interview, Erica secretly passed her necklace to Chloe, silently telling her not to say too much to the police. When they were alone, Sean pressed Erica about the late-night call, hinting that he suspected she was involved in the vigilante actions. In the days that followed, Erica's life continued to spiral as she faced different people from her past. She sought out those people connected to her boyfriend's death, including a woman named Shauna, who unknowingly revealed important information about Erica's past trauma. Eventually, Erica sent Shauna a video showing what the criminals had done to her boyfriend, saying goodbye. As she faced the last of the criminals, Sean arrived just in time to see the final confrontation. After a tense moment, he handed Erica his gun, telling her that if she was going to shoot, she should do it right. Erica took the shot, avenging her boyfriend's death. Afterward, Sean offered to cover for her, planning to say the vigilante killings were done by the criminals. Sean stayed there, pretending to be hurt, to make the story believable, while Erica reflected on her change, realizing there was no going back to who she used to be. This new identity, this stranger, was who she had become. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.